guys, this is Billy. This is my first makeup tutorial. As you can see, it's kind of a gross zombie piece of skin, lots of blood and gore and bleh. Yeah, as I said, this is my first tutorial, so it might be rubbish, but if you do want to see how I created this look, then keep watching, and I'll speak to you more at the end. Have fun, guys. Bye. Here we go. I always start my makeup with a primer. This is a Benefit primer that I use under normally all my makeup. Before I applied this, I just splashed my face with cold water to make sure my pores were closed anyway. And this just minimises them because I don't like the idea of putting thick makeup onto my skin without some kind of primer. And especially the fake blood tends to stain and sink into your pores. So this kind of stops that and makes everything easier to clear up afterwards. You're going to want to put it everywhere that you're going to be applying latex or face paint. So now we start with the latex. I'm just using this clear body latex. It was quite cheap, got it from eBay. It's the first one I brought actually. You want to pour some of this into a bowl. It really doesn't matter how much. You can add more if you want to, or if it's too much you can pour it back in the bottle. And I've just got a plain kitchen sponge which I've cut up. It is clean, don't worry. And I'm going to apply this to all the places where I want the ripped skin to be. I'm going to apply this in thin, even layers so it all dries at the same time. You don't want it to be too thick because it will take forever to dry. But just, yeah, fill the whole layers, the whole section, everywhere that you're going to be wanting stick tissue. Straight. So the tissue you're going to be using, you want it to be thin, like everything else. So you want to separate the tissue into plies and put one ply onto your skin and smooth it out. It doesn't need to be 100% smooth because if it has a couple of wrinkles, I'm pretty sure if your skin was ripped off in any way, it would have some wrinkles and some dents. And this is the most important part of the latex process, really. You want to seal all the edges of the tissue with the liquid latex to stop them rising up and give it a more natural skin finish. Because the last thing you want is it falling off or people being able to tell it's not real. We're going to wait 10 minutes between each layer, and we are going to do this 3 separate times. So I'll see you in half an hour. So I'm back. This is the 3 layers completely dry, and now I get to start pulling the skin away. I didn't put as many on my lips so it'd be easier to start pulling from there. And I'm just using a normal end of a makeup brush. Sometimes if I do thicker layers I will use a pair of scissors, but I don't do that unless I need to. You want to leave that bit of skin hanging down. You don't want to pull that off because I think it makes it look a lot more gory and gross. That was never really my plan. I was going to remove that piece of skin actually, but I really liked the way it naturally ripped and fell, so I did leave that. I then separated all of the skin lightly from the edge because you want to give it a more 3-dimensional look, so you want to pull it off. And now we get to do the face. I've got some clown white face paint here, but I don't want to just use white, so I've put some of my normal foundation into the lid and I'm going to mix them together because I feel like white face paint makes you look kind of glowing, and you don't want to look glowing, you want to look dead and gaunt and pale and gross. So you're going to want to just pale yourself out rather than make yourself white. So I'm mixing it together with my sponge, ready to apply. I should have some music playing or something, because you don't want to hear me speak for 16 minutes, do you? You'll see very soon, yeah, I got bored of the sponge very quickly. So, fingers it is. If I was doing this on someone else, obviously I would use some kind of brush or sponge. But when it's me, I really don't mind. Just applying this all over the face. The good thing about the specific white face paint I use is you really don't need to use that much. It's extremely good coverage. And it gives you all the coverage you need in just one layer. You don't need to worry about layering it up, and it doesn't feel as cakey. It feels very smooth and easy to blend, which is perfect for the next couple of stages. As you see, I'm dragging it down my neck. The photos I took, which you might remember from the beginning, I did change my outfit for the photos, so I will only be seeing this part of my neck. So I'm just trying to blend it all down so it all looks to one skin tone. As you can see, I did get a little bit in the ripped skin that I pulled off. That's no problem because we're going to be colouring that in with some very nice dark reds and fake blood later on. But you do definitely want to cover that bit hanging down, because that is still supposed to be part of your skin, so you want it all to be the same colour. Next, this is the most important part, I'd say, of the face. Shading and blending is very important when you're doing a kind of fictional sci-fi character, because if you can see the lines, it instantly makes everything look less realistic. So I've picked 3 colours from this palette. There's a black, a purpley brown and a normal brown, and I'm just starting with the purpley brown onto my eyes to give them more depth and make them look slightly more sunk in. I'm also going to use the same colour brown under my eyes, and also to contour my face in all the places that I would normally contour with normal makeup, but obviously this time it's to make me look skinny, malnourished, just more, I would say, more zombie-like. Colouring and the contouring, but then after looking at my face I realised I wanted to add even more dimension, so I picked an electric purple colour, so I would say more of a bruised purple, just to add tiny little bits to the outside to drag out the skin, give it a little bit more spark and make the eyes pop out a little bit more. I could also add this where I want to add some definition, but only subtly, maybe more of a skin tone change, or maybe to even look a bit dirty. So I'll just add some of this to the forehead too, just to add, like I said, slight definition. Teeth. This is where we want to add our teeth, because if your lips are ripped off, your teeth would be out for everyone to see. So I start off by lining the teeth where my teeth are, and obviously the further you go round, the more guesswork you have to do. It really doesn't have to be neat. The good thing about this makeup is none of it's neat. All of it's very much guesswork. It can be catered to however you want to do it. So just really roughly outline the teeth, and you're going to want to drag the tops where they join to the jaw up in just a triangle, just to add a little bit more shading. You're then going to want to take your eyeliner and line those teeth, once again to give it more of a three-dimensional look. Then taking the same eyeliner, you're going to want to colour under all of the places where you've pulled the skin away. This will add more dimension once you add the red and give it a lot more of a natural muscle tone look. Now this is where we get to the gory stuff, which is my favourite part. We've got a cake blood and just a normal red face paint. We're going to just add a little bit of water to the red face paint and start our base colour for the ripped off skin and the muscle. We're going to take multiple colours here, and I'm also going to use a tiny little bit of black powder I have, just to blend out, and definitely remember to line the inside of your fake skin with this. You don't have to be neat at all. If you go outside of the skin, it's fine, because we will be adding some fake blood later. So don't worry too much. Don't worry if you go over your teeth, because we will be lining those too. This is where we had technical difficulties. My camera did run out of battery here, but all I did was, as you can see, add more colour and redefine my teeth, using a little bit of the white paint, and now we get to do blood. We're going to take a little bit of the cake blood we used to paint that part of the mouth, and we're going to use a stipple sponge to add some of it to the outside. The look we're going for here is if you bit into a big piece of like juicy steak, where would the blood go? On your face. That's what we're trying to achieve here. We're trying to make it look like the skin was ripped off while we were attacking someone. You don't want to go too over the top with this, because if you do, it's very hard to correct. You'll need to repaint some sections of the face and also recontour, which will take a lot of time. And now for gel blood, which I love. I'm going to want to add this between the teeth, and also in just any sections that I feel would be raised for muscles, etc. You can have a lot of fun with this bit. Wherever you feel like you want to put it is where it should be. I always add loads of fake blood. I'm trying now to get as much out of the bottle as possible to drip down the neck, but like I said, I used a lot of fake blood and there didn't seem to be as much in the bottle as I thought there was.
So now trying to shake it. I didn't realise while I was filming this how bad this looked. I'm waiting to become famous enough for someone to gift this. Nope, still not working. So I resorted to pouring it into my hand and then using my hands to create the masterpiece. Who says finger painting's for kids? And now just adding some water to make it look fresh. Luckily it is gel blood, so it's not going to run everywhere. It's just to make it look very wet, freshly done, and add more gross bloodiness to the whole thing. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now finished.
So I hope you enjoyed it. I apologise that some bits were out of focus. I am filming this on my my camera, so it's not a video camera, so I can't actually see myself talking to you as I'm doing it. So if I do go out of focus, I apologise a lot, and my camera ran out of battery halfway through, so that's why there was a couple of bits done between some shots. I will explain that when I do. You would have heard me explain that anyway. So I hope you like it. I am planning on doing some more of these. So stay beautiful, and I will see you soon.